welcome back to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to another video by your girl. And if you're just passing by, hopefully you like what you see, and if you like what you see, subscribe. So in today's video, we're going to be doing another relationship 101 video, and in this video we're going to be talking about preferences in a relationship. What do you like, what don't you like, this and the third. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Y'all know the vibes, it's the Six Sanitation. So I've jotted down a couple of things as per usual, so I'm going to talk about a couple of them. So the first thing that I've jotted down is, what exactly are you looking for? Basically, you need to identify with what exactly are you looking for, right? The type of person you're looking for and the type of relationship you would like to build, right? When it comes to the type of person you're looking for, it could either be in terms of looks, in terms of personality, in terms of characteristic traits. I think it goes with personality. And it could be what type of field do they work in, as in, are they in the creative industry, are they in the corporate industry, what do they do? So you need to identify first, what am I looking for, what are my wants, and what are my needs, right? So once you've established what are your needs and what are your wants, you could go for exactly what you are looking for, right? So first things first, you need to identify what you're looking for and what you want and what you need, because there's a difference between what you need and what you want. Established what you want and what you need, that's when exactly you can know what you're looking for and how to maneuver around what you're looking for, right? The second thing is, are you looking for somebody who's introverted or extroverted, and what do you identify yourself as? So I identify myself as extroverted, very outgoing, very outspoken, very out there. But I'm starting to become an ambivert, which is a combination of introvert and extrovert. So a lot of people kind of fall under that ambivert bracket, but initially, what are you? I'm extrovert. I'm an extroverted individual, and then other people are introverts. So opposites do attract, but to what extent do they attract? Because at some point, someone is compromising because of the fact that they're opposites. But in life in general, we all opposites. So it's hard to say I can get something that's not the same or something different, or I need something that's exactly like me. There's no one exactly like you. You are one of one. In as much as we say we want a better half, we are one of one. We cannot get another version of ourselves because there's only one version of ourselves. So we just need to find somebody with similar traits, similar personalities, similar almost everything, literally. Not the same as you exactly, but something close. Because you will never get another version of yourself, because I say you're one of one. So if you want an introvert and you're also an introvert, that could work perfectly well. The same with extrovert, that could work well. But sometimes extroverts, it tends to clash. Even introverts, you're too introverted for the introvert, you're too extroverted for the extrovert. So now what do we do now? How do we maneuver around the situation? How do we navigate on the different things that we need to do, right? This is why I would say opposites attract, and opposites are always the best. In terms of, if I'm an introvert, you're an extrovert, you can bring out the extrovert in me and I can bring out the introvert in you. So we can do date night indoors, we can do outdoor things, we can do a balance of both, you know. So also, this is why I say identify what you want, identify what you need, and if the needs outweigh the wants, it's a good thing. If the wants outweigh the needs, check into that. And some people have a checklist of, I want a person who's like this, like this, like this, like this. It is okay to have a checklist, but you need to be realistic about your checklist. I have a checklist in terms of personality. You need to be funny, haha, as in Trevor Noah funny, like Trevor Gumbi funny. like skumba funny type of funny. That's what I would like. I would like somebody who knows when to be serious and when to just be joking. And then I would like somebody who has goals, is ambitious, goal driven. What else do I look for? Somebody who knows about things, so that like we can have a conversation. I don't want someone who's like, if you say, how do you feel about colorism, and it's like, it's bad, bro. That's not a conversation. So in a conversation, we don't know about things. I'm not saying know everything to the T, which is impossible to know. I'm saying at least know what's happening in the state of our country, know what's happening with our financial state, know what's happening with things around us. You cannot be ignorant of things that are happening around us. Come on, you need to know what's happening. You can't just say it's bad, bro. It's bad, and then what's your opinion? What's your take on it? We need to have a conversation, even if the conversation is about music related, fashion related, newsworthy content, anything that is worthy of talking about. You at least have to be in the know. You can't just say it's bad, bro, and then you end there. We can even talk about alcohol brands. We can even talk about soccer. That's another trait I would like somebody to have. Is it a trait or whatever? When I have a checklist, you also have to watch soccer. Like, please, like, what are we going to be doing? Because in our spare time or free time, we can watch soccer. And I would always say I like somebody who supports the same team, but I'll never get that. So it's always nice to have somebody on the opposite team. And then there's roast nights where your team loses, I roast you. My team loses, you roast me. That's fun. Like, literally, that's fun. Some people prefer people who don't watch soccer because it takes a lot of time in terms of like soccer is almost every day. So the person does not get to spend time with them. So they prefer somebody who does not watch soccer because we can do other things, and you're not as interested in soccer. You interested in other things, for example, in the news or whatever. So soccer takes 90 minutes. And then during halftime, we're still watching it because we're watching the highlights of what really happened. So that's why it's 90 minutes. And then during halftime, it's still soccer time. So that's why some people prefer somebody who doesn't, because they would want to spend more time with their partner. And some of us prefer it. It's because it's like a bonding session for us, for the both of us. We can enjoy it both together. We love it. We know what's going on. Sometimes, if let's say I don't know about soccer and then my partner watches it, sometimes you can learn. That's how I actually learned soccer. Besides my dad, I had a partner that was always watching soccer, and I had no choice, and then learned more than I knew. So it's like a win-win situation. You learn. Thing is, sometimes women would like guys to know certain things about themselves. If you ask a girl right now, what's her man's favorite team, she'll just tell you it's Chelsea. What's your man's favorite number? They don't know. What's your man's favorite position? Oh no. Who's an all-time GOAT? Obviously, people know Messi and Ronaldo. That's a guarantee. If you don't know them, what are you doing with your life? Like, genuine chats. Wins on. Next one is thinking and feeling. There's a difference between what you think you need and what you feel you need. And there's also a difference between thinking you want someone and feeling like you want someone or need someone. Or you think you want someone. Now you're feeling like there are those people, I don't necessarily know the term, those people that go based on feelings. They don't care how you look like, but the connection is what's important rather than based on looks. Your emotional connection is much more important than the looks are. So I don't know what the terminology is called. I've tried to Google this. I didn't get like a proper answer. Hence, I don't even know the term. But then, if you know what you want, you can go ahead with it with your feelings. And also feelings, you can go logically about your feelings, but feelings are feelings. Either you go logically or you don't go logically. It really doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, the heart wants what it wants, the mind has its own thoughts. So these two things are working against each other. But I feel like if they're working against each other, then just trust your gut. Trust your gut, trust your instinct if the mind and the heart are having a battle. But if the heart and the mind are in the same terms or in the same level, or they're together, that's when you know this is real, this is what is meant to be or what is meant for you. So that's what I just feel like. The next point is, what does the other person prefer? Are you what the other person is looking for? Are you your type's type? I can say, damn, I is share. Yeah, I'm my type's type and I attract my type. Also, what you need to also understand is, do you attract your type? Are you your type's type? But there are people who don't even have types. Let's just start there. So how do you navigate life? For me, it's like, it's complicated if you say you don't have a type. So you just go for anything and everyone. When it goes down, this is why dating is important. Go on 20 dates if you need to go on 20 dates to find the suitable person for you, since you don't have a type. Because John can make you laugh, and then Sipo can be serious, goal-orientated, family-orientated, focused gent, but Sipo just makes you laugh, and Sipo just wants you to come to his house and chill. Ooh, did I just mix them up? But you get my drift. One wants you to, one is goal-orientated, family-orientated, focused, 9 to 5, has a house, has a car or whatever, for example, and takes you out on dates, buys you flowers, makes sure you are good. Or the other one is just funny, wants you to come smoke happily until your lungs hurt, wants you to drink until your liver is going through a lot, now you're hungover, feeds you KFC only, doesn't take you on dates, just wants you to come to his house, let's Netflix and chill. Which one do you want? Yes, you don't always have to go out on dates, but at least, guys, there has to be date night once a week. There has to be, we have to go to the movies, we have to do something outdoors. We can't always be indoors, and especially if you're trying to get to know somebody, you can't be indoors, bruv. You cannot be indoors. You have to go out to see how they are outside. You need to see how they are outside, how they interact with staff, as in waiters, waitresses, the people at the parking lot, how they interact with those people at grocery stores, whatever. You need to find out how they interact with other people besides you, because they could be putting up a front just for you. You need to be careful about that. So that's why you need to go out, explore, before you can just Netflix and chill. And also Netflix and chill could just be like, they just wanna babs, babes. That's their mission. They just want to babs and be out of there. So you need to identify what you want and what you don't want. Because now, if you're just Netflixing and chilling, that man is never gonna take you anywhere. That man is never going to take you anywhere. You'll never see how he interacts with people. You'll never see how he interacts with his friends, his family, or whatever. He could be rude and you wouldn't even know, because he's being nice to you. Why? Because he wants to babs. The other one could be also rude, but has a certain level of respect. But if you're rude, you don't have respect. But there's a time and a place to be rude. That's the other thing. So you could either have the minimum or the bare minimum. Which one do you want? For example, me. So bare minimum, bottom, like bottom here, nothing. I've been on one entire date in my entire life, and I've been in 3 relationships. One date, 3 relationships. The math was not math, right? Because my last relationship was the first time I ever went out on a date. That's it. After that, it's, are you down to fuck? It's come to my place. Booty, I don't know you. You might kidnap me. Why am I coming to your place for a first date? Just know, for a first date, if he says, come to my place, does not care about you. He just wants to babs, he hit and run. He hit and run. So my sister, either you let him hit or you run. There's nothing more to say about that. So that's why I say your needs, your wants. What do you want? If also thing is, if you like me and you've never experienced certain things, you should have a list of, okay, I want this, I want this, I want this. Also, if you can't do it for yourself, how do you expect the next person to do it for you? If you yourself, you can't do it for yourself. I've taken myself on plenty of dates. I've bought myself so many things. I've done so many things for myself. But it's always nice when the other gender does it for you. No cap. It's always nice when the other gender does it for you. So if you've experienced luxury by yourself, you've done it for yourself, it's also nicer when somebody does it for you. Like the little things matter. So if you have never done anything for yourself, if you've never taken yourself on a date, you've never bought yourself anything, and then you expect John to buy you something, where do you know these things from? Social media. Social media is another lie, bro. It's another lie. The people on social media are living a double life, and I'm full of they're living a double life. That's all I can say. Well, and also this thing, indoda must. Yes, indoda must, but what are you doing? What are you doing? This thing of the table chat, I don't like the table chat. What do you bring to the table? A pair of fruits. Beauty and brains. That's not the point. Next one is, do looks, height, weight, sense of style, the industry the person work in matter to you? For me, first thing is looks. Looks definitely matter because and I don't want somebody who's too pretty, so I just want average person. Because I want to be the Beyonce, he can be Jay-Z. How? I want to be the Beyonce of the squad. I want to be the Cardi B of the squad. He needs to be kind of Offset type of vibes. You know, not too ugly, but presentable, lookable. Age. My age range is from, I'm currently 23, so my age range is 26 to 32. It goes higher as I get older because I prefer somebody who is a 7-year age gap between me or more. It only makes sense for me. Younger is not gonna work out for me because I just feel like we the same. We know what's happening, but the other problem is with the older gens. The ones that, especially the ones that don't use emojis and don't know how to use stickers. Those ones, I feel like they're controlling in a certain sense. Younger guys could also be controlling, but the older ones are controlling because they feel like I'm older. But I've never experienced a situation where somebody is controlling because they feel like they're older. But I've experienced controlling in terms of other things, but that's not the point. So that's the other thing. So that's why certain people prefer somebody 2 years older or 3 years instead of older. Some people prefer, if I'm in my 20s, you need to be in your 40s. That's okay. That is completely okay. And also, some people say age does not matter. You could date whatever. As long as I'm feeling you, you're feeling me, we feel each other. Let's rock, Rambo. Let's go. Let's get it. And that's okay. You can't judge people because love has no limits. Love is love. And you can't take away the love that people have for each other. You can't. If they love each other, who are you to stop them? What are you going to do to stop them? because they'll always find a way to each other even if they break up. And if it doesn't work out with a younger person, try somebody your age. If it also doesn't work out and it works out with the older person, do that mishmash and find out what actually works for you. Don't just follow society because they say older men doesn't. Do what works for you. At the end of the day, you're the one that's gonna be in the relationship, not them. Next one is height. So I prefer somebody taller than me because I'm very short. I am very short. At this point, I am average height actually. That's short, average height. But I think I keep getting shorter, but that's not the point. I want somebody who's taller than me. I want to look at you and my neck should hurt. But in South Africa, that's impossible because we all the same height, kinda. If you're taller, it's shocking. But for me, I'm glad that I'm short because I can get somebody who's taller. That's okay. So my tall girlies, they're struggling if they want taller men, but some of them like shorter men. That's how it goes. Short men like tall girls. Tall girls like short men. Short girls like tall guys. Tall guys like short girls. And also sometimes it could be vice versa. And then some people are finicky overweight. I was watching Love is Blind season 2. I think it's the US one. Yeah. This guy was like, I need somebody that I can pick up. So he wants a petite person. And then this other lady was thick and he didn't want to have a conversation with her because she's thick. Weight does matter. But when we're talking about weight, let me tell you, men are starting to have this fake love for BBW girls. It's starting to become a trend. The same way with Nigerian men. It's starting to become a toxic and unnecessary trend because you guys are giving fake love to BBWs. If you genuinely don't like a big girl, why are you with a big girl? Because either you heard the sex is good, or either you heard that you just saw other people doing it. Don't do it if you feel like it's not for you. Same way with Nigerian men. You guys are going for Nigerian men because you feel like they have money, they have access to 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't do it because it's a trend. If you are into West African men, it's okay. But don't do it because of pure pressure. The pressure is getting worse. Thing is, I know a combo of an unmatched combo is a thick girl and a skinny guy. That's an unmatched combo. But some of y'all have fake love for BBWs because y'all hear things, y'all see things, and it's unrealistic. Don't live in social media because it's unrealistic. It is toxic. Go for what you want. If you like petite girls, go for petite girls. If you like thick girls, go for thick girls. If you like this, go for that. Go for your type. And don't just go for anything. Just like I feel like it's necessary to have a type, because if you just go for anything and they have fake love for you, what now? What are you gonna do? You know? Things of style. Do you like somebody who wears formal only? Do you like somebody who's a hippie? And all of that. It just depends. I feel like if my style was very simple, I would like somebody simple. And I've only dated people who with simple style. So it depends on what style you want. Do you like a fruity nigga? Do you like indota must be indota? Or what do you like? You need to identify. I feel like the looks, height, everything goes together with what you want and how you want it. You know? Attract your type and be your type's type in order for everything to work out and make sense. Next one is some people are too picky. It is okay to be too picky, but sometimes you're measuring yourself over of a good time or a good person or a good relationship or good future. That could have been your husband or your wife. Now you are too picky. Now you lost that. Now you missed out on your soulmate. Now you're out here in the timeline sabawele when you could have been with your soulmate. Bruv. Listen, listen, I'm not saying date anyone. Keep to your standards. Don't take the bare minimum. Keep to your standards and keep to your level. Right? But don't be too picky. You might just miss out. Just say, you might just miss out. This is why sometimes I feel like my type is probably not my soulmate. I should change my type. But my type is my type, and I love my type, and I check my type, and then my type's type. Bars and bars and bars. Next one is some people based on how they feel, they don't care about looks. I've spoken about that. The last point is your preference will always change as you get older or via heartbreak. If you get heartbroken, you obviously want to switch up on the people that you date. You want to change your type, or you want to change the type of men that you attract because you feel like they're always hurting you. They're doing something to you, and you just like, no, I don't want to be with those toxic people anymore. Or sometimes you should check on yourself also. What am I doing to attract the same person in different bodies and different men? Attracting one person in different people. How do I put this? How do you change yourself, or how do you introspection? Oh my gosh, that's the word. Do some introspection of what are you doing that's similar. You should switch up where you can switch up. You can do this, you can do that, so that you don't attract the same person. Because it is not nice being with the same person in a different body, and you just like, man, nah, bro. So that's just my take on preferences. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.